Bada bing, bada boom, number 97. That's always a good sign. Maybe a limited run or something like that. We'll find out in a second. Munko knives. We have the Pluto. I want to say I've seen some of Munko designs in the past. Absolutely love his work. Sign S9EV steel with the black wash titanium. That's a good formula right there. Snake skin, gold fat carbon. Okay, now, yeah, now I'm even more intrigued. Let's find out what this is here. We got the usuals. We got a wiping cloth and paperwork. And here's the Kansept fabric pouch here with the leather strap. Let's find out what this thing is all about. Oh man, number 97. The Pluto, right? Is it a planet? Is it not? Let me know in the comments. But all right, first impressions on this one, right? Kind of getting similar vibes to that one we just looked at. It's a little bit shorter. It's also a little bit chubby. We got quite the amount of blade here exposed. It takes quite the real estate in a way. Tight blacked out titanium is nice. A little gold accent pivot color is good. But man, you got to check out this. Look at this carbon fiber right here. This is next level stuff right there. They call it snake skin. And yeah, in a way, it can definitely roll with that. Snake skin, gold fat carbon. That is sweet. Matching on both sides. So you got your bolsters. You got your fat carbon inlays. It's going to be a bolster lock in a way. We'll check that out in a second. We have a titanium backspacer with a lanyard solution up here, which is kind of interesting, right? That kind of lines up about right there in the handle. I would think maybe something a little bit closer to back here would have been more ideal, but not my design, just an observation. Interesting decision indeed. So you got a back flipper, we got a front flipper. No thumb studs, which is interesting because it kind of feels like, I mean, thumb studs would have been perfect. Great location, plenty of access to the blade for a thumb stud, but in order for a thumb stud to work, I mean, you kind of would have to clear this portion of the handle there. So again, the designer makes the decisions they make, so I'm just here making observations. Check out the geometry. We're looking at S9EV steel, absolutely perfect, great premium steel. I absolutely love. These are indeed serialized, which is very, very cool. I kind of had a feeling this is a 97 out of 400. That's a nice little touch there. Loving the flat grind. It's kind of like a sheep's foot, almost borderline cleaver, sheep's cleaver foot. Something like that. I'm just going to go with sheep's foot. But yeah, definitely a pretty tall bevel there. Just good. Flat grind. Not a full flat grind, but pretty tall. And as far as the close here, we are dealing with, like we said, with a bolster lock. So nice little closing action there. A little bit of a shake shot. Nice, a little bit of a smaller blade, so it makes sense. You have to kind of shake it a little bit. So that front flipper is money, that's for sure. Back flipper is also really good. Sometimes I get flipper only knives. Sometimes I get front flipper only knives. And my philosophy has always been, I try to get as many deployment options as possible. I like to fidget with my knives as much. But Miguel, why would you fidget with knives? They're tools, man. They're not toys. Stop playing around with that stuff. Listen, they're my knives, you know, so I do with my knives what I want. So you enjoy your knives however you want. But yeah, I definitely enjoy fidgeting with my knives quite a bit. If they give me one deployment option, I would want it to be as well-tuned as it can be. They give me two, which is the case here, right? Both of these are absolutely very, very well dialed. But again, it just makes me wonder, why wouldn't they have kind of, you know, found a way to do some thumb studs on here? If I were to take a guess, I probably would say it may have something to do with clearing this portion right here, right? The way they did that right there, that'll be the only thing. Now, it is going to be a 3-finger knife. If you do the hammer grip, it's probably absolutely meant for you to forward choke at all times. That way you can obviously get a full 4-finger grip. I do like this jimping here. Pretty good, solid jimping from Florida to California, which is nice. So you put your thumb here, there, anywhere, they got you covered. That's good. This bent portion back here in the handle, it feels nice on the palms. Pocket clip, I want to say obviously it's going to be titanium. Yep, no doubt about it. Not reversible. This is more of a premium knife. I'm sure it was a conscious decision not to go that route. And the pocket clip is also kind of angled up in a way. I don't feel the pocket clip as much. I feel like it actually has a good size for the handle. Not too long, not too short, just the right size given the proportions here. I'm going to go solid 9 out of 10. And again, that forward choke position, that's where it's at. You got a little bit of belly here. You can do some tabletop cutting, some good slicing. This is going to be a shorter blade here. We're looking at 2.5 inches. That's what it says on the box. Should clear some local laws, right? If you have an under 3-inch local law, things like that, right? Obviously, check your local law, see what you can and cannot carry. Surprisingly, they managed to even do some milling on the inside here, at least on the non-bolster lock part of the handle, right? On this side. Wonder if it's going to be easy to see. Maybe, maybe not so much. You can see a little bit of it right there. Feels pretty good on hand. Obviously not a heavy knife in any way. Still giving you a premium feel with the titanium, the beautiful carbon fiber for sure. Very interesting knife. And I'm sure some of you guys, or a lot of you guys, are really going to like it for sure. So it feels good. Great ergos. Nice finger choil there for sure. S9EV steel, limited run. I mean, titanium bolster. Definitely has quite a lot going for it.